Respected scholars, my elders, as well as my brothers and sisters in Islam and my counterparts in humanity. Peace be upon you, and Assalamu alaikum. Today we stand out here under the open sky to commemorate the martyrdom of a great man. It's been 1400 years since the death of Al-Hussain, and yet we stand here once again to revive his message within each and every one of us. Today I will attempt to define and find Karbala within each and every single one of us. I find Hussain in every tear that flows from my eyes, and I see Karbala in every land an innocent soul dies. I find Karbala in every land an innocent soul dies, and I find within Karbala everything. I find love and loyalty, sacrifice, and a fight for equality. I could speak of bravery and strength, of the spark of hope in the darkness of death. I could call your tears with tales of fear and loss. I could sway your hearts with tragedies and heartbreaking calamities, but most of all, I find justice. I speak of justice because Hussein's fight had just one purpose, one message for everyone, for all of us. His message was the sun in the depths of corruption. For the oppressed Hussain was salvation, because he stood tall and strong, even when forced onto his knees, because if it were for the right path, then Hussain would die with his head held high. And so I find Hussain in every man who against injustice is willing to rise. I find Hussain in every man who in the face of injustice is willing to die. And just as God is God, whether we believe it or not, and just as Jesus is Jesus, whether we like it or not, Hussain is the haqq. Hussain is the truth, whether we stand with him or not. Because Hussain stood out there alone and he fought. He fought so that he could say to God when asked, I did what I could, what had to be done in your path. When they tried to break down your religion, I stood in their path. He didn't fight because he felt like it. Hussain fought because the world required it. He falsified falsehood and revived righteousness at the cost of everything that was his. And even after sacrificing his all, watching his friends and family die on his behalf, Hussain stood up there alone and he taught. Hussain taught us what could be done with a soul that is liberated and free. He taught us to bring change in the world on whatever scale it may be, for when he resisted injustice and tyranny, he found death. But within it, he found immortality. It was within his movement, his message, that Hussain found immortality, because Karbala's message is for everyone. It is of equality. It transcends the boundaries of language, race, or nationality, because it is a man like Hussain that will never bow down to a man like Yazid. Hussain who wept for the fate of his enemies. Hussain who stood up for the right to believe, for freedom and justice in a land filled with tyranny. Hussain who stood up for all of humanity. And so I find Hussain. I find Hussain in every human. Humanity does arise, and I find Hussain in every human who for humanity is willing to die. And all those centuries ago, Hussain stood up for what was right in the face of wrong. And so today we stand with him now, proud and strong. We walk with Hussain as we would have centuries past, for we walk for the same cause as his last. We walk with Hussain for justice and for peace, for the end of lies and deceit, the end of these devastating felonies. Today we walk with and for Hussain, because Hussain fought and he died for us. And so, yes, I find Hussain in every tear that flows from my eyes, and I find Karbala in every land an innocent soul dies. I find Hussain in every human. Humanity does arise, and I find Hussain in every man who against injustice is willing to die. I find Hussain in each and every single one of us. A Hussain with his head still held high. Thank you. Salawat.
لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين